Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. This time I'm Nur Syah Azizan bin Nur Faizan would like to explain about fertilizer helps in the management of soil fertility as well as crop. With this, we can see the fertilizer as substance that contain plant nutrients that are supplied directly to the soil for plant growth. Every substance that contains plant nutrient and is supplied to the soil, for example, nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, is classified as plant fertilizer. Meanwhile, material used indirectly to improve soil structure and texture, increase soil moisture and soil water holding capacity, as well as control soil acidity as considered as soil amendment, soil conditioner, and additive soil. All these materials are important in improving soil fertility to meet the needs of crop growth from the early stage of cultivation to the harvest stage. There are 18 elements of soil fertility improvement that helps in plant nutrient required by the plant according to the stage of growth, the way of intake of this nutrient, and the type of crops. The most important element in the growth of almost all type of crop are nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, which is N, P, and K. Nitrogen is essential for plant growth from the early stage of germination to the stage of leaf formation. Phosphorus is important for the formation of fruits and branches, while potassium is important in the formation of flowers and fruits. Fertilizers that helps in improving soil and crop fertility can be classified into three different groups in terms of nutrient content, namely chemical fertilizers, organic fertilizers, and mineral fertilizers. The way the nutrients are released in each type of fertilizers is different according to the nutrient content of the fertilizer. Firstly is chemical fertilizer. Chemical fertilizers are fertilizers produced using a mixture of chemical and inorganic chemicals such as a mixture of metal containing sulfuric acid and ammonia gas in the manufacture of ammonium sulfate fertilizer. Through chemical reaction, the substance changes its content in terms of atoms and molecules and form a new substance, namely ammonium sulfate. These chemical fertilizers contain two elements, namely nitrogen and sulfur. The content of plant nutrient is high in chemical fertilizer. The release of plant nutrient from chemical fertilizer is faster than organic fertilizers and mineral fertilizers due to their soluble and easily permeable nature into the soil. Secondly is organic fertilizers. Organic fertilizers are fertilizers produced using natural material without chemical mixtures. The method of production of organic fertilizers is from the decomposition of agricultural waste that is easily decomposed, such as crop waste and animal waste. The decomposition of natural material from plant and animal waste takes approximately in the range of 3 months to 8 months depending on the high or low content of material that are easy or slow to decompose. The end result of this decomposition process is known as compost, which is an organic fertilizer that is known as increase to soil fertility indirectly, helping in improving crop quality. The content of humus material in compost is high and its nutrient content depend on the waste mixture used. For example, if the mixture use legume leaf and animal waste, the nitrogen content is high. The lastly is mineral fertilizer. Is a fertilizer produced through the breakdown of rock that contain nutrient, for example, limestone that contains calcium as well as magnesium, and phosphate rock that contain phosphorus. The process of producing this mineral is due to the action of physical weathering and chemical weathering on rock that change their shape and content. In addition, rock mining is done to obtain mineral in the form of smaller fragments or mineral powders that are ready for use. Most mineral fertilizers have low plant nutrient, and the way the release of nutrient into the soil is slow because these rocks are slow to dissolve and require sufficient amount of water for the process of dissolution in the soil indirectly, helps in increasing soil fertility. Example is mineral fertilizers are China rock phosphate, which is CRP, Christmas iron rock phosphate, CIRP, and Egyptian rock phosphate, EGP. These phosphate rock are named after the place of mining of the phosphate rocks. In conclusion, we can see and it is very clear that the use of good fertilizer as well as the process of its proper and true application helps in improving the quality of soil fertility. At the same time, non-acidic and even fertile soil helps to increase productivity and crop quality. At the same time, the crop input produced as a result of fertile soil make crop healthy and of higher quality. Additional information, knowledge of the type of nutrient content in each fertilizer and also the function of those elements to the formation of soil fertility and crop growth are important to determine the factor that need to be taken into account in the selection of fertilizers. That's all from me. Thank you.